Whoa! He's gonna have to carry me out of here.
Yeah, I think we're all a little bit fucking crazy. Some of the stuff I've seen in kitchens are brutal.
There's many ways to deal with issues.
If you come in and don't do your job well, and you're not ready, well, you're gonna hear about it.
Yeah.
Downtown Toronto, financial district, Canada's Wall Street.
Check, yeah. Don't ask me why again, we tried again and didn't feel the same. The plans was fucking up the diagram.
My university was 15 minutes uptown, but as a broke-ass student, I could barely buy a muffin without blowing my daily budget.
Fuck the middleman, bring the supplier in from Italy to Ireland as part of the requirements.
It's a little ironic that 20 years later, I've returned to eat a meal far in taste from the slop at my school cafeteria as this restaurant is from street level.
No man, oh shit, keep it rolling. Bitches stuck in the motion, tell them stick to the program. Get kicked
54 stories up, and I'm giddy as a schoolgirl backstage at a Swiftie concert. It's not just the restaurant. I'm hyped to meet Chef Ron McKinley. This man's a culinary god, your favorite chef's favorite chef. After stints in some of the world's best fine dining spots, he returned to Canada to revitalize an iconic restaurant, but faced difficulties that stretched his nerves to a breaking point. So as much as this episode's about some of the best food in Canada, there's gonna be a lot of that. It's also a behind-the-scenes, chapter-in-the-life, candid conversation with Ron on the pain and pleasure of commanding a high-volume, high-end restaurant. Sadly, by the time you see this, Ron will have left Canoe, but chances are, wherever he goes next, trust me, you'll want to eat there.
Yeah, I think we're all a little bit fucking crazy.
Canoe, one of Canada's finest restaurants. 24th on Canada's 100 best list to be exact.
You know, there's not a lot of places in a city like Toronto that, you know, are getting whole animals in, you know, breaking them down, trying to find ways to use every cut.
Like today, so with the Friday night, we're gonna have about 9 servers assistants, 7 servers, 3 bartenders, 4 managers, a sommelier. So it's definitely a little bit of an army there.
Just like that, delicious.
I'm gonna eat the whole fucking thing.
It's iconic Canadian culinaria, impervious to the latest fine dining trends. Just stubbornly, resolutely, uncompromisingly Canadian.
This is how this restaurant makes me feel. You want to eat everything.
Owned by the Oliver and Bonacini Group, a massive hospitality company which owns more than 25 restaurants and 10 event spaces, and quarterbacked by this Hulk-sized ex-rugby player turned chef, Ron McKinley.
Medium rare Arizona, yes?
What was it specifically about Canoe that...
I just thought that I could take it at the point that it was and actually kind of make it my own. I think being able to be put on an immediate pedestal after being overseas for 15 odd years or something was something that made the choice easier.
Ron and his team have this challenge to illuminate the obscure realms of Canadian cuisine using French technique. What does that look like? How about this? Or this? Or that? Are you still confused on Haute Canadiana? Don't worry, we'll see the food shortly. But first, a little background about Chef Ron. So we start at the place which serves what any hardworking, balls-to-the-walls fine dining chef would want to eat on their day off. Of course, a bowl of pho.
Like, I come here a lot. Like 3-4 times a month. There's no bullshit. They just want to know my order, get me in, get me out. That's all I want.
Q Ling, a Vietnamese spot located in what Ron describes as a slightly grungy and gritty area in Toronto's East Chinatown. An environment that suits him just fine.
I got no patience.
Right,
you know,
right.
so on my day off, I come here, boom, boom, boom. I'm in, I'm out, I'm fed, I'm happy. Like, it's easy.
That looks gorgeous.
Oh, amazing, thank you.
And, style for the bean sprout.
Yes.
Must be habit.
Thank you.
Owner Daniel has been gracious to seat us on the makeshift patio away from the tightly packed throngs of people inside.
Our restaurant is simple.
Simple. I like simple.
Simple's good,
I like
man.
simple.
Keep it simple. No bullshit.
What do you order when you're out with the chef? Nada. You let the chef order for you.
I'll get the special.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Two specials. We'll
Two
do
special.
two specials, yeah.
All right.
Jesus, they're fast, aren't they?
Holy shit. That's really quick.
We get the special pho. And by now, if you don't know what pho is, you're either living under a bridge or time traveled from the 1950s. Ron praises the robust depth of flavor with the beef broth, and I concur. Slippery vermicelli noodles mixed with varied textures of brisket, raw beef, tripe, and tendon round out the dish. It cleanses you so deep it feels like it's washing away your sins. Deep fried spring rolls stuffed with thin noodles, ground beef, and veggies. Deep fried, yet after a few, you don't feel heavy or gross. But the dish that compelled me to drive across town is the
Steamroll, right?
Yeah, rice steamroll.
Yeah, what is that? How do you say that in Vietnamese?
Bánh cuốn.
Bánh cuốn.
Yeah, bánh cuốn.
These slippery, pillowy rolls of pleasure are made with a fermented rice batter, then stuffed with mushroom, ground pork, and onion. Dip it so carefully in that nok cham liquid gold, and you'll be in a good mood for the rest of the day. Ron's fine dining experience is impressive. It started in 2006 in Scotland, when he worked with Chef Tom Kitchen for 4 years, putting in 17-hour days on the regular. After that, he opened St. Crispin as the head chef under legendary chef Scott Pickett in Melbourne. It was awarded Best New Restaurant and 2 Good Food Guide hats within the first 6 months. Then Six Senses Resort in Oman, cooking at a destination resort for the 1%ers of the world. Then finally, Canoe came calling.
Got here on a Thursday, found a flat on Friday, got a bed on Saturday, got a couch on Sunday, started work on Monday, and that was it.
That was 2018, but when Ron took the job, there was a catch. Canoe was a whole different type of operation than what he was used to.
And understanding, like, the kitchens I worked in didn't have recipes, didn't have things written down. That just didn't happen. You got shown once and that was it. In a bigger brigade, you need recipes, you need consistencies, you need all those little things to make things happen the same day over and over and over. Getting what's up here to everybody else without losing my mind and a crazy temper that I had when I first started. But that was probably the hardest part.
More significantly, kitchen culture had changed, and rightfully so. Entry-level cooks were demanding better pay, benefits, and treatment. The ugly parts of fine dining kitchens were more noticeable than ever, thanks to the bare, boiling point, and the menu.
What the fuck Marcus, what the fuck are you doing still working on this shit?
Yo, come on, what are you tripping for?
Come
the
on,
kicks are
what
in
the
the
fuck
oven.
am I tripping
If
for?
I'm doing
Are
this
you
till they're done,
here right now?
it doesn't make a difference.
There's 4 kicks and still
Yeah,
left.
I was going to cut them.
They're not even cut yet?
Some of the stuff I've seen in kitchens are brutal. Like, I've seen grown men in tears many times in my life. I've seen physicalities that shouldn't have happened. I've seen mental abuse, verbal abuse. I've been guilty of it myself. Like, I'm not a fucking angel. I'm 100% not an angel.
Ron came up in this type of grueling kitchen brigade culture, places where you were expected to put work before everything else in your personal life, including sickness and mental health.
But, you know, myself and a lot of, other chefs that I talked to that went through similar rigors of training that I went through, very old school mentality. We all respect it. We're glad we did it. I needed that. I needed that kick in the ass. I needed that, militaristic style of service every day, because that's kind of what drove me.
Forged like steel in the fire of these kitchens made him one of the best chefs in this country. But it also hardened him in like a 25 to life sort of way. His way of extracting excellence was part of a bygone era. And with this old mentality driving his behavior, it was like going $150 and hitting a brick wall.
I've had people walk out because of actions that I've had over the years, and that's fine. 10 years ago, I was a different person.
Yeah.
I was a fucking lunatic.
Mustard covers to taste. Yeah, okay. It's Ron, right?
Ron.
Yeah, there's Ron.
We're just doing it to fuck with you guys, yeah.
Well, Canoe is an institution, that goes without saying. I mean, and Chef Ron is incredible with what he does with his ingredients and his technique.
Okay. No, actually, Chef found my talent from my butchery skill.
So I just wanted to see if we clicked and we can maybe make like an awesome Canadian duo. Duo, I mean, he's my chef. Every good chef needs a good pastry chef.
These are our blood orange and honey tarts. They're for our PDRs, so any kind of like events that we have, it's one of the desserts that we offer.
Unique take on Canadian ingredients, his seasonality, his technique on how to process great Canadian meats, vegetables, herbs.
The whole animal butchery. You know, that's one of my favorite things about being a chef is we can take apart just about anything that's got legs.
There's many ways to deal with issues, and we found the most productive is to use calming, training like words than shouting gibberish. It's point. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of everyone's time. You don't get anything out of it.
What attracted you to butchery? More so than like patisserie making.
I don't really know. I just think it's something I gravitated towards. It just kind of naturally made sense to me when I was doing it and learning it.
How would you describe yourself right now?
I think what we try to do is just put stuff on a plate without hiding it. You know, kind of like refined rustic cooking.
Right.
So, you know, we do things like with pig's trotters or deboned pig's heads or whole lamb where we put different cuts on the plate every night. But when you see it, you know it. It's on the plate. It's not hidden behind anything else, you know.
Absolutely.
So I think that's, you know, it's just proper classical technique done in a rustic, less, you know, there's just no bullshit behind it. With just respect for the animal as much as we can.
And the veggies sometimes. You do it the same with the veggies.
Oh, sorry. He did it on purpose. Fucking hell, Jason. On camera too, you think? We'll age this for about 2 weeks before we break it down to all its primals. And then from there we cure it and then we use it in a tartare dish at nighttime. And we got more cool stuff. So this is
whoa, look at that.
This is
richness on
this is this from here, but this is venison. So we're doing a similar process.
Okay.
And then this is for the new tasting menu coming up next week. So we're gonna cure this one as well. Serve it as a tartare mixed with smoked mussels and a truffle custard.
Yeah.
With a beef fat powder that we're working on with some different crispy burdock root and puff boiled rice, and that's gonna be a snack and an oyster.
I think it comes from age, maturity, and understanding other people more now than before. Before I didn't even give a fuck. I didn't want to understand you. I just wanted it done this way.
Yeah.
Operating in a bigger kitchen makes you understand, if you want to understand, more.
Something must have happened to make you change like that. Was people turning over a lot? Like you?
Yeah,
you
and
felt
look, we still have a big turnover. It is what it is. It's a busy kitchen. It's a hard kitchen. You come in, you work, you go home. But I think COVID was a massive turning point where, you know, not just myself, but there was a lot of chefs that took it as a time out to reflect on things. And
effective immediately, Ontario is declaring a state of emergency.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
After COVID halted everything, Ron was thrown a curveball. Years of rugby ankle picks and bending over countertops destroyed Ron's hip, so he needed a hip replacement. He was literally grounded. Life knocked him down, but it didn't knock him out. It made him see things differently. He began putting his health first, and this physical transformation helped drive his mindset change.
At the end of the day, no one wants to go home angry every day. And how do you do that? Well, communication's a big thing. Being able to internalize things at times rather than exploding. Mm-hmm. And like I said, like, I still have moments. Like, I'm not fucking, you know, I'm not perfect by any means, and service is service. And so, you know, trying to move forward, the generation now, you can't treat them the same way to an extent. You know, there are times when they need to be put in their place and they need to be respectful of that, because if they're not, then they're never really going to learn.
Listen, if you're having a bad day and you want to get out of the concrete jungle, this is an amazing escape. Get your ass up to the 54th floor. Go talk to Jeff, my man Jeff over there. He makes a mean drink. And just look at this view, man. You're in the heart of it all, but you're just in your own little world right here. It's phenomenal, phenomenal.
As day gives way to night, This well-oiled machine is humming.
Really making the moment memorable for the guests. Having it be where when they come here, it's not just the food, it's not just the view, it's every single step of the way. So there was this one table, family of 3, where they traveled from New York to come dine with us and have our mignonette sauce that comes with the oysters. They couldn't get a flight, so they decided to drive here on a Thursday. So we were able to get them the oysters, but not just that, we sent them home with a mason jar full of the sauce, as well as the recipe, and a little Canoe hat for the kid as well.
So we should have plates coming down now. 2 halibut salmon, fillet medium, and a side fries. 2
I'm eager to try what I came here for in the first place.
But it's going to be 3 ribeye and 1 rizzoni, all medium rare, yes?
Chef Elias is joining me today. You might recognize him from some of our Peruvian episodes.
He started coming back to eat, and then he started bringing in Peruvian food, and I was like, fuck me.
Yeah. He likes having a good time too, you know?
No, he's great. Yeah, no,
Right?
he's lovely. He's got good energy.
This man serenades you with lomo saltado and ceviches, and before you know it, you're 3 shots and 3 pisco sours deep, gnawing on lamb ribs in a back alley. So it's only natural we start at the bar to get the vibe right.
By all intents and purposes, it's a wine style not too dissimilar to champagne, but not from champagne.
Wow.
Really, really good.
Fried PI oyster, brined in buttermilk, then fried in a squid ink beer and vodka batter, then wrapped in a barbecued Napa cabbage leaf. That sits on top of a custard made from sea truffle.
Okay, cheers. Cheers. Well, I don't usually cross sticks with guys, but we're gonna cross it.
Oh, and that stick poking out? That's a grissini, made out of morel trimmings, dipped in foie gras parfait, and wrapped in a duck breast prosciutto.
Oh my God, that's Jesus Christ.
And the presentation could not be more beautiful, man.
All of this sits in an oyster shell and on top of a bone that was cleaned from a bluefin tuna from PEI.
That's a 10 out of 10. I can't give that less than a 10 out of 10. I want to turn the camera away. I'm gonna lick this shit.
I just had 2 already.
He finished all the pisco.
You don't put stress on these cooks now. When they inevitably own a business, that's stress that can't be taught, you know?
You're giving them a reflection of real life. Right.
If you come in and don't do your job well, and you're not ready, well, you're going to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't try to give people jobs that aren't...
Achievable?
Exactly.
Okay.
If it's achievable, get it done. If it's not, well, then I'm not doing my job. Or my team's not doing our job.
Right.
I'm not there to be everyone's friend.
Yeah.
But then there's other people that I've had with me for years and years and years. So, like, I think the kids today, they need to realize that you get what you give.
Basic French onion soup? I don't think so.
So everything about the soup is onion. Now the truffles, I think the truffles take it to the next level, man. It's in the sweet of the onion, they prep really, really well.
We got an onion veloute with Parmesan custard, caramelized onions, bay leaf oil, burnt onion powder, and topped off with some black Chilean Perigord truffles.
Look at it, the layers of the onion. This is almost a metaphor for life. Peel the layers of the onion away. And deep down you get something, you get your true self, the truth.
In my opinion, best onion soup I've ever had.
This is the best onion soup I've ever had.
Wow. And just like that, delicious.
Just like that, yeah.
Now Sean's trying to eat the onions. Yes.
I want to eat the whole fucking thing. Aleem's gonna have to carry me out of here. Yeah. Sean choked on a fucking onion skin. The guy ate the shit he wasn't supposed to eat.
Wings stuffed with lapjung sausage, morels, chanterelles, and lobster mushrooms.
The lotus leaf is just there.
Nasturtium.
Okay.
Nasturtium. Sarah needs a bit of fancy. Just like you and your earrings, you know what I mean? Brings it up, right?
Ziti pasta glazed in a reduction of Jerusalem artichoke glaze, pickled Madeira and sultana puree, crispy chicken skin.
This is just too good, bro. Honestly.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So at least we get to try it on you guys anyways before we go live, so that's a good thing.
It's definitely a go for me. So good.
The sauce has a little bit of a sweetness.
Is that the Madeira?
With it, yeah, the Madeira, from the Madeira.
Well,
and it has a nice mouth coating.
The brown butter is very present here. You feel your lips sticky.
Slightly, yeah.
It's all that gelatin you get from that, because they start from a stalk, right?
Yeah.
So you're getting all that gelatin. And in the Madeira, the reduction. This sauce probably went through so many processes to get this way. I'm gonna say it's probably top 3 sauces in my life, man. This is probably one of the best ones I've ever had.
Sauce.
Wow.
The dish we were working on today, Alora Heritage Chicken, with poached and roasted breast, thigh presse, drizzled with a chicken jus and corn jus.
A scratch test. Everyone's doing the scratch test.
I'm telling you,
and it meets the scratch test.
The chicken's been put to
the moisture test. Come on.
The best spot in the city. Wow.
On the side, Ontario cream corn, topped with a fricassee of chanterelle mushrooms, corn, puffed sorghum, crispy marjoram, and freeze-dried corn.
Delicious, man.
There's a depth of flavor I've never had in a corn.
Well, because usually when you have cream corn, you crack it from a tin and it's...
I have to say, man, mate, your chicken,
it's it's
a home run, man.
Chanterelle ice cream with birch, one of Raf's ideations that aren't even on the menu yet.
Oh, it looks so amazing.
Grazie.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. That's going into that's totally different flavor profile. It almost has like a jam-like flavor.
And Raf's newest dessert of Niagara Peaches Camelina Sponge, which is his own take on fuzzy peaches in the form of a Canoe, buttermilk sorbet, crispy pavlova, and a peach nectar infused with a fermented honey.
Oh my God.
You get the whole thing.
It actually does taste like a fuzzy peach, bro. Right? What kind of fuzzy peach sorcery you got going on here, man?
The classic tarte au sucre with wintergreen and brown buttercream and a rochet of chantilly on the side.
It's taken a while to get it, and Raph and his team have like really nailed it. Like, getting the pastry thin, but
probably the creamiest one I've ever had. It's very creamy, very delicious, man.
Super creamy, and that torch part on top.
Yeah, the wintergreen cream as well. Like wintergreen's pretty Canadian. The settlers back in the day used to use it to make a tea, and it's also like it's one of those flavors that tastes like root beer, because in original sarsaparilla they used to use wintergreen.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
yeah,
that's the flavor I'm getting.
Exactly, root beer, right? Yeah.
This cuisine, Ron's food, Chef Ron's food, is a perfect example of how to get transported. Grab a simple element, and then he'll transport you to something
totally different, right? Yeah. Thank you, Ron, for expanding our
horizon. In food.
We're extending us beyond where we think we wouldn't be flexible. Ron's a fucking yoga instructor. So where do you draw the line? Where does the old school meet the new school? Ron seems to have found his sweet spot. It's a balance of pushing for excellence while supporting growth.
But it doesn't drive everyone anymore.
100%.
Not everyone. Some people still need it, and some people benefit from it, and
Yes.
I understand that. But some people just don't. So everyone's different. Being able to read the room is an everyday thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a skill they didn't have to have 100 years ago, right? Or 50 years ago.
Yeah. I don't pretend to be a mental health specialist, but what I do have is something we all share. Life. At the most basic, we're all the same. We all experience anxieties, angers, jealousies, and all the other branches of fear, along with joys including happiness and love. And Helen Keller said it best, when she said character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, vision cleared, ambition inspired, and success achieved. What Ron has shown is that cooking isn't just about skill, it's about resilience. And that's something no one can hand you. You have to earn it.
And what you holding up the wall, standing around for? Call up my people and I know what they down for. We can stay up all night long, land home around 4.